All right. Let's see here. Gosh, I'm tired. I cannot be on here that long. No. Don't do it. No. Mm-mm. She doesn't listen to me. That tweet you made is so one-sided, Clan. You need to relax. I have no idea what you're alluding to. It's not about mentioning him. Clan needs to understand that Mitch has no hate towards him. We have players that are better, and that's just a fact. He has not improved, really. That is actually insane. You are truly, like, you can say that, oh, I'm a Glazer or whatever. You're truly delusional if you think Olynyk and Lindy Waters are better players than Jeremy Sochan. Like, that's insane to me. Yeah, that's crazy. And to say whether or not he's improved, well, that's very difficult to pinpoint, especially when you've had him play backup center for a majority of the beginning of this season, and then you just take him out of the lineup, put him back in whenever. We barely get any sample sizes of him. Like, I don't know how you came up with that conclusion. The only noticeable improvements that we can see is that his jump shooting form has improved. As far as him being a defender, he's always been an elite defender. So I don't really know what you're alluding to that he didn't improve, and what exactly. How would you know that? What, don't you need a good enough sample size before you can make that assessment? Or is the 6 minutes a game that he gets, sometimes he gets every 5 games, is that enough for you to make that assessment? Because he's not good? Yeah, you're just a hater. Like, you're the one that's being super biased here. If you truly do believe, if anyone believes that Kelly Olynyk, especially what you saw, even what you saw today, if you really believe that Kelly Olynyk and Lindy Waters are better players than Jeremy Sochan, then you're just a Sochan hater. Like, I don't know what world you're living in if you believe that. Kelly Olynyk minutes were genuinely awful today. Like, every second of it was awful. With the Jazz literally went on 11-0 run. Not Lindy Waters, I'm sorry. Olynyk gave up 5 points, one of which was a foul at the behind the arc, and then he had a turnover. He was literally doing nothing. Literally, as soon as he and Lindy Waters got in, I don't know why we went with that lineup, by the way, but as soon as him and Lindy Waters went in, 11-0 run. So I don't know. You're just hating. Like, you need to look outside yourself a little bit and kind of maybe stop paying so attention to how optimistic I am about Sochan, and actually ask yourself, in what way is Kelly Olynyk and Lindy Waters better players than Jeremy Sochan? If you truly do believe that, then I don't know what to tell you. No one said Olynyk is better. Hold on, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. No one said that? Is that not what you just said? Let me read it again. It's not about mentioning him, Clan. Clan needs to understand that Mitch has no hate towards him. We have players that are better, and that's just a fact. Then what are you talking about? Kelly Olynyk and Lindy Waters got minutes over him today. Do I need to read it again? We have players that are better, and that's just a fact. We have players that are better, and that's just a fact. When the heck did I ever say Wemby, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper to an extent, especially offensively, Steph Castle? When did I say these players weren't better? When did I say that? I'm sorry, I didn't know that I said that Jeremy Sochan is like our second or third to go-to scorer. I didn't know that I said that. I thought that I've always said that he is a very good role player, really great defender, elite defender at that, one of the best defenders in the NBA, and has been that. and that you can utilize him. I didn't know that I was saying, because I mean, you can backtrack now and say I didn't say he wasn't better. Then what are you saying? And Carter Bryant. And I love Carter Bryant, by the way, but he's better than Carter Bryant right now, obviously. What is my kitty doing? I think this is what I'm starting to think. I think, and I'm gonna be very shocked, because with him not playing, I'm assuming that maybe he asked for a trade. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, I don't really know what else it could be at this point. Like, today was crazy. 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 Clan, calm down. Don't let comment ruin your mood. No, it's not ruining my mood. I mean, I'm just gonna call it out. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, you're just wrong. You said Carter Bryant is better. You're just wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. I love Carter Bryant, by the way. And I think Carter Bryant should get more minutes. Clan wasted no time. It's not my fault. It's like an asinine comment. Clan needs to, Clan, your tweet. Clan, you need to, like, no, you are just biased, my friend. Like, right out the gate. Clan, I need to do nothing. Yeah, that too. I think it's weird that he hasn't played. If they're trying to trade him, they'll want to at least show what he's worth. Well, I mean, teams already kind of know. Like, it's not like teams haven't reached out. I know for a fact teams have reached out about Sochan before. So, dude, you are the Emmanuel. You literally just said that Lindy Waters and Olynyk are better players than Jeremy Sochan. Like, I don't know how. There is nothing that I said that would allude to me being heavily biased here. That he is an elite defender. That is true. Statistically, analytically, he has been that. He is an elite defender. I don't know where I'm wrong there. He's a role player. I don't know. Do you disagree with that too? I don't know. And I also say he should get minutes over Kelly Olynyk and Lindy Waters. And him being in the rotation should be a thing. I don't think that that's a biased take. Now, you saying that those two are better than him, that's you. I said those two names. You literally said there are players better than him. That's why he's not getting minutes. Well, saying that right after Lindy Waters and Kelly Olynyk got minutes over him, what is that alluding to? Oh, so are you saying, hold on, I'll just ask you this. Are you saying he should have played today? Are you saying he should have played over Lindy Waters and Kelly Olynyk? Answer that question. What does Olynyk do? Kind of nothing. He should have played, yes, but I'm talking about. So will you admit that your initial comment was wrong? That I need to realize other players are better than him. In what way? When did I ever say? Who did I say he should be getting minutes over? And then to say, well, all I'm trying to say, Clan, is that you shouldn't bash Mitch Johnson. But you just... So the whole thing that I've been saying is that he should get minutes. And then you said, Yeah, he should have played, but you need to not bash Mitch. So you disagree with Mitch too. So I don't even know what you're arguing. I think it's just how I come across and you don't like it. Get over it, man. Anywho, this game was good. Hold on, let me bring it up. Okay, so it's crazy because going into this game, no one was talking about this game. Commentators, everybody was talking about tomorrow's game. Ban me? I don't want to ban you. I don't want to ban you. Harrison Barnes gave $50K to an MLK Foundation. That's cool. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I love MLK Day. I really do. I absolutely hate how people talk about MLK Day. That's what really bothers me. MLK Day is so I don't know a different term other than just whitewashed. Like, he stood up for what's right, and we all should stand up for what's right. And they never go into the context of any of it. And a lot of people that say that, they would have hated him in the 60s. They never bring up deeper stuff. It's always like fluff language when they talk about it. Oh man. Anyways. Thanks, July. July, where you been? I don't think you've been on here for a few days. Or a few weeks? Maybe a few days. I haven't seen you in a while. You doing alright? It's cool that we always have at least one mod in here. Well, we got 2 mods in here right now, I think. Or do we have 3? No, we have 2. We have 2 mods, I think. Well, thank you, man. Anywho. Alright, so we won't do the sponsor today because my phone was acting up. But, guys, this game was pretty great. Now, you know, I'm not going to pretend like, you know, the Utah Jazz is just a worthy enough opponent of my San Antonio Spurs. But I will say we're the 3rd team to make it to 30 wins this season. That's really huge. Spurs are a team in which a lot of other teams are getting up to play them. Like, they are excited. They want to get up and play them. And the Jazz, they went at it. They gave it their best shot. Obviously just wasn't good enough. Sorry if you can hear that. That's my cat playing with like this can of food that she has. But yeah, so the Utah Jazz got their butts whooped. Spurs took care of business. And I thought overall we were pretty great. I thought that our ball movement was really exceptional. And that's only been improving, by the way, over the course of the last like week or two. It seems like the Spurs have really woken up with all these losses. I'll say in the past week. I won't say 2. But it seems like they're passing the ball a little bit more. The ball has energy, as Mitch Johnson will say. You see, any negatives for this game? I mean, I guess there's a couple negatives. One of which isn't that big of a deal, and the other one is a big deal. So, I don't know what I should start with. I guess I'll start with the fact that I am convinced, because the only way that I'll be convinced out of this is if nothing happens, obviously. But I think maybe Sochan might be on the trading block. I think maybe he's asked for a trade. I'm not 100% sure. It's nothing that I've heard personally, right? The source that I have, mouth is shut, so I have no idea. So I don't really know. So this is just speculation on my part. That's the only reasonable explanation that I have, because in this game in particular, here's the negative. We put in Lindy Waters and Olynyk together. Olynyk together. It was absolutely horrible. I don't think Lindy. Let me say this, because I know that I like talk about Lindy Waters quite often. I don't think Lindy Waters is like a horrible player or nothing like that, but he should very well like be the end of the bench. Like, he should not be getting any type of rotational minutes, in my opinion, even against the Utah Jazz. What was kind of weird about this game was we kind of did the same thing last time, didn't we? Where when we played them, like we had a stretch where the Spurs had their momentum. It looks like we were about to take the game over. We were going to go ahead and finish them pretty early, get a sizable enough lead. But then, I don't know, he wants to experiment. I don't know why he chose to put in Olynyk with Lindy Waters. It was horrible. Olynyk gave up 5 points easily. One of them was a foul on a 3-point shot. And then afterwards turned the ball, which actually he didn't even get the turnover for it. I guess, was it Lindy who passed him the ball? Maybe Lindy Waters got the turnover for it, but it was really horrible. And I was quite confused on why he was even on the court. He had 2 free throws, missed them. Lindy Waters went 0 for 3. No defense. I mean, the Jazz just kind of ran over us, and they went on an 11-0 run. I do not know why we keep doing that. So, yeah, I don't know. But if you don't get minutes in this type of game, then I don't know. We'll see what happens by the trade deadline. But if he's still on the team, I'm really stretching. I'm really scratching my head, because I do not know what the heck the San Antonio Spurs are trying to do here. I have no idea. You said maybe Sochan's hurt. We said that earlier, remember? We said that before. But that's not really the case. People that are a little bit more optimistic are like, oh, they're saving him for the playoffs. Sochan? Why would you do that? Like, he should be in the rotation getting minutes, right? And another thing, too, that I don't really like, and I haven't went to the second negative of this game, because there's lots of positives, but the second negative I haven't gotten to it yet. But just to kind of expand on that a little bit, I don't know what like 5 minutes does for Olynyk or Lindy Waters. Like, those two players are they are who they are, right? I mean, their game isn't gonna change substantially. So I don't think that we're gonna get like a great version of either one of them. I think they're just going to be fine end of the bench players that if someone gets hurt, then you put them in and maybe, we're okay for a second. Like, I think Kelly Olynyk does pass the ball fairly well, but like, I don't really know what you're getting, especially on the defensive end. And it's not like you're getting great shooting for either one of them. So it's a little confusing when it comes to that. But what really makes me scratch my head is like Carter Bryant. Every minute that you put him on the court is important. Even games where he doesn't play as well, right? Like games where he's absolutely terrible as far as like missing shots, that is. He's never terrible on the defensive end. I mean, well, sometimes he's still learning. He's okay. But like, okay, every minute you give him 5 minutes in game. It doesn't do a lot, but it's enough, right? He needs every rep imaginable, which I understand. And it would have been the same thing for Sochan. He's still very young. So, but not using him at all and then electing to go with Olynyk and Lindy Waters, I don't know what that does for them. I don't know what that does for the team. I don't know what that does for anything. So it's very much so confusing. And Lindy Waters went 0 for 3. And if you put him in and you're hoping that he compensate for some of what you're missing from Devin Vassell, or, you want to give Julian Champagnie some rest or whatever. I mean, we're not drawing up any plays for him. I don't get it. I don't really get it. So, and there's no world in which those two should be getting minutes over Sochan. Maybe minutes over Biyombo, but like, yeah, it's crazy. So I'm thinking maybe there's a trade coming. I don't know. What team do you want to see Sochan get traded to? Ourselves. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. I don't want that to be the case. Like, it's just me trying to speculate what's going on here. Like, I don't quite understand it. That's the only thing I can think of. But if he's still here after the trade deadline, which the Spurs don't make a lot of trades. So, or not, trade deadline trades, that is, midseason deadline trades. But if they don't, then I'm really confused. So we'll just see. We'll wait. I think it's a couple weeks before the trade deadline. So, but I don't know. But I'm holding on hope. I mean, we got we got him playing again with Memphis and with the Lakers and the Celtics, and he looked really good, especially defensively. His shot looked a little bit better. Went 2 for 2 in one of those games. Like, he looked good. But now he's completely out of the rotation after that, and nothing happened that justifies that. At least what we saw on the court. And people that says that like something justifies it, then I don't know what games you were watching. Naptown stand up hosers. Now time for Spurs chip. I have no idea what any of that just meant. But I agree with you, I think. Anyways, but I really hope that I don't know. My mind is like fried when it comes to that. So anyways, but even besides the point, right? Besides the Sochan thing or whatever, putting Lindy Waters and Olynyk in at that point of time when the Spurs just started to get some momentum and it looked like we were about to extend the lead, I don't know why we're doing that. Like, it seems like we want to battle just because, and I don't like unnecessary. I don't know if you call it unnecessary because we're so young, but I kind of see it that way because we're so good and it's the Jazz. I don't like unnecessary minutes with Victor Wembanyama being out there. Like, I don't like unnecessary minutes with Fox being out there, Steph Castle having to be out there. Like, let's extend the lead, get as much momentum as we can, and then in the second half, then you can start doing that, like in the fourth quarter. And maybe they can sit for the entire fourth or something. But, I mean, I said for a good chunk of the fourth, but I didn't quite understand why we did that. So we allowed the Jazz to get back in the game and take a lead. And then we were like, all right, time to fight. And then we were just kind of fighting it out. Had about a 10-point lead for most of it. And I don't understand it. Anyways, so that's a negative. Another negative was Steph Castle in this game. It seemed like he was picking up his dribble quicker than normal. Than he has been, because it seems like over the course of the last 2 or 3 games, he's definitely done better as far as keeping his dribble alive a little bit longer. In this game in particular, he kind of went back to those old habits a little bit. And he might have done it because it kept panning out, right? Like, he was like, I'm just going to attack, I'm just going to attack, I'm just going to attack. And he picked up his dribble quite a bit. And I guess it panned out for him. He got to the line 10 times. And I guess it's not necessarily negative, just something to look out for, because I do not want Steph Castle to have to be to go back to those old habits, right? And I don't want him to get hurt as well. Like, yeah, the way he plays pretty violently, I think. Whereas some players like Dylan Harper tries to avoid contact, or Fox oftentimes try to avoid contact when attacking the basket. Steph Castle don't. He seeks that contact, and that can be okay, but a little unnecessary. But one positive is he took a mid-range shot, which we don't see him do often enough. But yeah, this game was a little weird. He had 4 turnovers, 4 fouls, so he didn't have the best game in the world. But it's okay. It happens. But yeah, I think those are my only 2 negatives. So the weird thing that we decided to do in the second quarter with Kelly Olynyk and Lindy Waters just to bring the Jazz back in the game for no reason was very frustrating. And Steph Castle kind of going back to old habits, but it panned out for him going to the line. But it might literally just be this game. It was panning out, so he didn't feel like he had to keep his dribble alive longer than he has been. But that's it. That's all I really got for negatives. Yeah, I agree. He needs to take more of those like post hook, push type shots that aren't going into contact. Yeah, he should. Because Castle is a dog. No, you don't want him getting hurt. I mean, he had that hip injury earlier in the season because of this. So avoid contact sometimes. Sometimes it's good. When you absolutely need it. And I know it's your game. But just don't do it all the time. And it really does come in handy if we're struggling to get the ball in the basket, then you might need it, you know. But yeah. Oh, thanks, Abel. Can you guys still hear me? It looks like the chat froze for a second. Do I need to do something? Hold on. Let's try something. I think the chat's back now. I just froze. I froze. What did I do? Okay. We're back. But yeah, anyways, so overall, I thought, you know, those were the only negatives. Positives though, everyone was firing on all cylinders. You took care of business against the Utah Jazz, as you should. Wembanyama, this does not tell the full story. It's crazy because 33 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks. You look at that and you're like 7 for 12 from 3. You're like, oh, he had a good game. He had a much better game than this. Like he had a much better game than these stats, which is crazy to say. He could have, if given him, you know, more minutes, he could have just absolutely annihilated. I mean, he was, but he could have really annihilated them. Like, I'm talking 50-point game today. But it was unnecessary. Obviously, we had an okay lead for most of the game, and you know, the Spurs didn't really feel the need to play him any longer. But he could have just annihilated them. De'Aaron Fox was good. I still wish that they would play through him a little bit more. Or at least this. Let me say this. I wish they wouldn't go off of playing through De'Aaron Fox so early. You know, because it seems like a lot of these games, they'll start off doing it for a minute, maybe, and then automatically switch back to, okay, Castle, you run things. Like, I wish that they will be on it a little bit longer. Because, yeah, I think that when it's all said and done and we're getting into a playoff series, I want him with the ball in his hands. And even though I think sometimes he frustrates me, where I'm like, De'Aaron Fox is a little lazy with the ball, or the passes aren't as pinpoint, you know, accurate as they should be. At the end of the day, I still want him to be able to get as many reps as humanly possible, because he's the more talented player. Like, him and Wembanyama, that's how far we go. It's dependent on them. And everyone else is icing on the cake. I would say everyone else is basically icing on the cake. Like, Steph Castle is really great. I love everybody. I love Keldon. But when it's all said and done, it's going to be these games where it's like, okay, the opponent's defense is really great. Our defense is really great. We need superstar versus superstar, you know? Kind of like what you saw with the Wolves, even though that could have been better because we could have had another defender on the court guarding Anthony Edwards instead of De'Aaron Fox, but it is what it is. But yeah. So I do wish that he would have the ball in his hands a little bit more, but it's okay. He had 4 steals, 8 assists, yada yada yada. We know what Fox is made of. Now, Carter Bryant, honestly, guys, he looked a little bit more confident. That's the only thing I will say. Defensively, he was good. Sometimes defensively, he was a little weird, you know, getting places a little bit late, being a little hesitant on his rotations, you know, not really knowing where he should be sometimes. It happens. He's a rookie. But the only difference between Carter Bryant today and Carter Bryant maybe the other times is a little bit more confidence. He was moving with a little bit more swagger. It seemed like he had a little bit more of a green light. But also, that's probably it. He was also finishing shots. That's kind of it. He was finishing his dunks. That's it. So, but kudos to Mitch Johnson and the San Antonio Spurs coaching staff. Kudos to his teammates for instilling that confidence in him. And yeah, I don't know if this is the game because I am very confused by Mitch Johnson. So I don't know if this is the game where Carter Bryant becomes a normal rotational player. But good God Almighty, do I think that we need, one or two more just solid rotational players that we see every game. And I was hoping that Carter Bryant would be it. I thought it would take a little bit more time, but maybe this is the game that convinces our coaches. Maybe not. I don't know. But he was good. And it's the Utah Jazz, so it's really hard to really gauge how good he was in this game. Because you go against a team with a little bit more talent, it might be a different story. But get your reps now, man, because we still have a lot of basketball to be played. But this will be the time where it's like, all right, we need to start ramping up, So yeah. Lineup Olynyk and Waters is trash. I don't understand that. Like I said, that was my first negative. I do not understand those two being in the lineup. I don't even understand playing Kelly Olynyk. Another thing. Well, I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. And this isn't. Let me say this. I rarely advocate for trading away a player. Like I think I did it definitely with DeJounte Murray. Like I think at one point I was like, yeah, we need to look at some stuff. But most of the time I don't do that, and I'm not going to do that with Kelly Olynyk. I just think that he's an in the bench type player, but he doesn't bring enough of that oomph. He doesn't bring enough of that nasty, man. I mean, I went to a game and Steph Castle was on the ground, and it literally took De'Aaron Fox yelling to Kelly Olynyk to go help him up. And I'm like, why is that? And as you guys know, I was pretty close, to the court. Now I'm gonna go to another game and I'm gonna be pretty close, or actually even closer, to the Spurs bench. But yeah, he was like, help him up. And he just like wandering. Or when the Lakers, Vanderbilt, pushed, well, he didn't push, but he poked Jeremy Sochan, and instantly, our boy Julian Champagnie came to the rescue, like, hey, what you doing? Pushed him off. Olynyk was there the whole time and just stared, just walking around. Like, I don't like that, bro. Like, I don't like that. Like, please, please, please. But yeah, Clan thought Trey Lyles was a dynasty piece. You guys just spread any hate. Is that Chandler? Y'all just spread any lie. Olynyk's such a weird guy, man. Collins vibes. No. Zach Collins just shouldn't have been at the center position, but Zach Collins was scrappy now. Like, he's there for his teammates. Kelly Olynyk is just kind of there, man. He just comes across as, is it because he's white? No. What? Dude, no. That's crazy. What? You can take some pretty tough players in the league that's white, man. Cooper Flag, Zach Collins, who we just mentioned, Luke Cornett, which I don't think Luke Cornett going to get into a fight with you, but he's scrappy. He's scrappy. He playing it safe the last time he brought nasty. He separated Kevin Love's shoulder. I also just hate the way he defends too. He just swipes down on everything. It drives me crazy. I hate how he defends. My cousin saw Olynyk pumping gas the other week. Oh, really? Kelly Olynyk, Sochan, and a few first rounds for Trey Murphy. Hey, good luck. I don't even know if Trey Murphy is like on the board right now. But if nothing happens past trade deadline, I'm very confused. I don't know what to think. They better be ramping up to trade them if this is the outcome. Because the thing is, as I always say, I'm a Spurs fan first and foremost, okay? Now, there is not one player that could leave the Spurs and I'm no longer a diehard Spurs fan talking about them every single day. Like, we could lose Wemby and I'll be sitting here and we'll be miserable for the next 10 years and I'll still be talking about them every day. Like, there's nobody, okay? And as much as I like Jeremy Sochan, if they were to get rid of him, I'm still a Spurs fan. Like, it doesn't matter. But when you're on my squad, and I think that you're talented enough and good enough, and you've shown that you're good enough to be out there, and one thing that we're missing is that physicality, and I don't see you out there, and instead we're electing Kelly Olynyk and Lindy Waters. There better be a very fine, reasonable reason for this that we should get eventually, because there is no way that makes sense to me for that to happen. So that's where I am with that. It's not a matter of, you know, I want a player to play that shouldn't play. Like, I like Biyombo. I don't think Biyombo should play or get those minutes. And Kelly Olynyk, I don't think he should get those minutes. I'd like Lindy Waters. I don't think he should be getting those minutes. Not over Sochan. Carter Bryant, I'll accept it. Like, I'll accept it because I know future-wise, Carter Bryant is really good. He's going to be really good. Now, unless the Spurs, I mean, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I'm trying to think of rationale. There's nothing that makes sense other than maybe a trade. I don't know what else to think. But yeah. Anyways, let's see here. What is it with Trey Murphy? Did I miss something? Why we want him so bad? Trey Murphy is a phenomenal player, and the Spurs desperately need a wing, and that would be the player to grab is Trey Murphy. Like, he would be like it's kind of like when we were talking about needing a backup center, and Luke Cornett would have been the perfect backup center. That's what it is with Trey Murphy. Like, he will be and he's an instant starter, by the way. Like, I don't even, if anyone tried to fight with me on whether or not we start Trey Murphy, I don't know what to tell you. So getting Trey Murphy, he's an instant starter. He's a wing that we need. Yeah. He's the best possible player you can have. That I think the Spurs are already a contender, but like, you add Trey Murphy to this roster and you don't give up that much. Or you give up, say, like you guys said, Sochan, and he's somebody that's not playing anyways, then that would be insane. But I just don't know if that's going to be the case. But yeah, that too. We need a power forward more than a wing. See, that's the thing that confuses me, because he is a player that we need right now. So if you can, I don't know, because we do need that. It's not like you get rid of Sochan and then you instantly fix the issues that we've seen the Spurs have. Like, I don't think that would be the case, but it's whatever. But yeah, Trey Murphy would be like really great. Miles Turner. I actually haven't watched a lot of Miles Turner this year. There's a huge power forward talent shortage in the league. Murphy could play the 4. He could. I'd rather him be at the 3, but he could. But yeah. All right. So lastly, you guys want to listen to Carter Bryant? Carter Bryant spoke today. Let's listen to what Carter Bryant had to say. Hold on. I'm curious.
Happy to still have your hair?
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice to know I don't got a little bald.
How did that feel to get a couple down tonight?
I felt good. I think it's just part of the process. Yeah, absolutely. I just believe in myself too much. I work too hard. You know, it's missed dunks. It's not going to be the end of the world. I could have missed 6 more tonight, and I would have been like, oh, well, guess I'm bald. But no, but it was good to definitely see a few.
I just want to say, this isn't something to really brag about. I'm sure a lot of you guys also had this. I had Carter Bryant second on my big board in the draft. I just didn't think that we would get him. I thought that was a long shot. The fact that he fell to us was crazy, but I had him in second. I had Dylan Harper, and then I had Carter Bryant. I was very happy.
Go through. I think just we owed Utah one. Obviously, we lost them last time we were here, so just winning took the biggest precedent.
The one you got from off the lob from Fox, what was the degree of difficulty on that one in transition?
Not hard, like a 2. I didn't think he was going to throw it. I didn't think he was going to throw it at all, but, you know, sometimes, you know, he trusts me, so, yeah, it was good.
His athleticism is crazy.
How does it test your...
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize how loud this probably is for you. Hold on.
I mean, obviously all you guys are confident, but how does it test your confidence when you are finding yourself, especially at this level in the NBA, your first year, going through certain struggles here and there? Like, how were you able to just work through some of that stuff mentally?
I think you have to take the good the same way you take the bad, and take the bad the same way you take the good. Basketball is a game of learning and growing. There's no basketball player that's going to be perfect. There's a lot of guys that are really good at basketball.
Hold on. Michael Jordan is perfect. What just happened to my camera? It was because I corrected him.
Basketball and get paid a lot of money that didn't even see the floor their first 2-3 years. Like, for example, like Rashard Lewis. He's my developmental coach, and he didn't see the floor for his first 3 years of his career. His third year, he got an opportunity, and he turned out to be a hell of a player. Played 16 years, multiple-time All-Star.
Why is my camera off? Fix my camera, chat. Fix my camera, chat. Everything's gone. I just realized everything's gone. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're not seeing me right now. Hold on. Fix it yourself? That's awful. Why are you guys being so mean to me? All right. I don't know. I gotta just deal with it. It's been acting up.
Made a lot of money playing this game, so I think just understanding it's going to take time. It's a process, not rushing it. You know, everybody gets so fixated on wanting to see results immediately, and I'm not going to lie, I've been there before. I've definitely went home, been frustrated, and just had all these emotions like, I'm working my tail off. Why isn't it showing? But it's nice to get games like this every once in a while, see the ball go through, but, you know, just providing whatever the team needs.
I don't know if you saw, but after your dunk, Cornette celebrated. What's that like? I mean, you know, obviously have all these teammates behind you, and
I don't think he celebrated, actually. I think he was just saying get back on defense. I don't think he was actually celebrating, but I don't know. Maybe they're talking about another dunk? But if it's the one I'm thinking about, I don't think that was a celebration.
see them, you know, want to support you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm blessed. Not everybody gets to get drafted or selected to a team that has guys that support each other constantly through thick and thin, no matter what they're going through personally. So I'm grateful for it. Luke, A-tier celebrations. So it's good stuff.
You mentioned some of those nights going home frustrated and, you know, wanting to keep trusting the process. How did you take yourself from that mindset to, you know, I want to keep working and keep trusting that process?
I think it all stems to what your goal is. At the end of the day, what is your goal? I think I've said it multiple times. I truly, believe that I'm going to be one of the best players in this league, a top 5 guy in this league. So just understand it's not going to happen.
Whoa! Sorry, I'm still trying to fix my camera. What? I like the confidence. 5? Top 5? I do think he got what it takes to be like really good. Top 5? I'm glad he believes that. Top 5? Clan Carter kind of sound like you. No, he doesn't.
Happen overnight. Like, basketball is basketball. There's going to be some days you could do everything perfect and everybody else could do everything perfect too. So sometimes it's not going to go your way. You could have great footwork. You could follow through, do everything you thought to the best of your abilities. And sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way or the ball doesn't go in. So, like I said, just trusting the process and taking the good like you take the bad and taking the bad like you take the good. It's one of those things you just want to keep getting better, and you can't. Compliments and things of that nature.
But what if you take the good like you take the bad when the bad is too good to be taken badly? See, that's something he need to think about. See, this is the problem with these rookies. You know, these rookies don't think deeper. You know what I'm saying? But he'll get there. He'll get there. He'll get there.
That takes away from you. That takes away from you learning and growing. So taking the bad and looking at it for what it is and having honesty around you is something I'm very grateful for, because from my teammates to my camp at home, like, they're constantly honest with me.
You play next to a guy who a lot of people consider a top 5 player in the league.
Chris, that's awful. Shut up. That's awful. Old head clan. Yeah, you know, young blood. God, I'm choking out. You know, I can't do it. I can't do it right now. I need water.
I mean, you're not quite as tall as him, so I'm curious, what do you think you can do to be on that kind of level of player, and what do you see of like the work it takes to be that kind of guy?
I think I could be the second best defender in the world because, you know, it's hard to be the best defender in the world when a guy is 7'5" and can move like a monster out there.
Okay, I have like a very stupid pet peeve, but it's everyone calling Victor Wembanyama 7'5" when we know he's taller than that. That bothers me, bro. I've seen 7'4", 7'3", 7'5". It bothers me because we know he's taller than that. And the reason why we know he's taller than that, because Boban said that he looks up to Wemby, and he's like, yeah, I don't know, he's so tall. So we know he's taller than 7'5". Can we please just go with 7'7"?
So just being an elite defender, being able to make shots at a high level, and just being able to win. I think people underestimate the value of winning. Winning overshadows a lot. If you can win at a high level, everything else is going to take care of itself. So obviously, like things like ball.
See, this is the problem with these rookies. See, he doesn't understand, because what if you win at a low level? If you win at a low level, then you got to take the good with the bad when the bad goes badly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, somebody just take the good take, the bad take on both, and there you have. Exactly.
Handling, shot making, those things are going to come eventually, but being able to win at the highest level and win consistently, I think.
He's 7'5" without shoes. Who cares for that? All that matters is when he's on the court. What good is that? He's not playing barefoot, so he's 7'7" to me.
As much as the goal is to stay even keel, Carter, like for you, can a night like tonight kind of serve as a kind of a reset? You know, like the dunk thing is gone now, and you can just kind of just wondering if you can kind of, you know, there's a flipping the switch, however you want to phrase it, you can kind of start looking toward other things now.
No, I think I approach it the same exact way, because you never know. I could walk in the next game and get a DMP. I could walk in the next game and I could score even more points, or I could play terribly. So
I could get a DMP. That's actually very likely, Carter. Your coach is Mitch Johnson. That's actually very likely. You could have 50 today and get a DMP tomorrow.
Understanding, like, this isn't the end all be all. You never want to treat anything like it's the end all be all. So just staying consistent.
Definitely for you. Now, if you were anyone else on the team, that leash is super long. But for you, you better work at it, rookie.
Consistent with my approach and my mentality.
So you were chatting with the guard whisperer before the game and working with him, and what does that work like?
That's like my uncle. I've been working with O for like 5-6 years now, but I've known him for a little bit longer than that. But I mean, he's a worker. He's a real worker. So just having somebody that's seen a lot of guys do it at a high level and seeing really good players that people never thought would be that caliber of player, and knowing that he has belief in me. Because as much as I say, like, you don't want to take the compliments and kind of run with them, and you want to keep working and try to avoid everything and just keep on keeping your head down. Like, when you have somebody like that in your ear that really trusts you, like, it gives you this sense of self-belief. It gives you a second sense of confidence.
Everything's freezing.
There's that sequence where Dylan gets the poster.
What is wrong?
What has his rookie ride been like to have?
Oh my God.
It's been amazing. I've known Dylan since end of freshman year, start of sophomore year. Played against each other a few times, but
guys, it froze.
Dylan's a hell of a player. I mean, seeing his growth throughout the season so far.
Oh my God.
I don't think the caliber of player he is and what he can do on the basketball floor, you don't see many rookies.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. Streamlabs is acting up. Oh my God. It froze. It just froze. This is awful.
Ever do anything like that, and his ability to control the pace of the game. But I mean, Dylan's a better athlete than people gave him credit for coming in. So
okay, I can't do content like this. I love Carter Bryant. He was great. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. It's all frozen. I don't know what you can hear, what you can't hear. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah. This is ridiculous. Hold on. What if I do this? This is crazy. Dude. Hold on, I'm gonna go to... What is going on? I can't even end the stream. I'm stuck. Hacked by Mitch. I know. I can hear you. We can hear you. Okay, I can see the chat now. Restart. Restart what? Hold the power off? Hold the power off on what? I can't stop any... This is crazy. Hold on. Maybe if I go to Task Manager. Dude, Task Manager isn't... Oh, wait, it's up. It's up. Okay. What is all this? Okay. Okay, hold on.